all this week is Champions League, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all Champions League football. So we're going to discuss what we think will happen today and other games that will happen today. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Gordon. Today, the Champions League. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Champions League football is back, and I'm super excited. Hearing that anthem just gets the blood pumping in the veins. And I'm sure there are a couple of players today who are going to be feeling the heat and enjoying the rhythm. So, welcome to the show, and a super good morning to you.
What is the Champions League without the teams in Manchester?
Who is Manchester?
What is the Champions League without the biggest boys in London? What is the Champions League if Real Madrid no day? But this is the Champions League. And today we'll be starting with the Premier League. What is the Champions League if the Premier League team is not there?
Premier League team,
But now, as it is now, it's sweet because Premier League teams dey. And we are the most. And I hope it's the most we can go to do the most. By bringing it back to the city of London.
Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, the Champions League is back, and we are going to discuss some of the games that will happen in the Champions League today. I'm going to give you the fixtures. Then we'll talk about some of them because Real Madrid is playing today. Arsenal is playing today. Some of the boys that are playing today. Okay, the fixtures of the Champions League today. Atletico Club will host Arsenal in the first game of the Champions League. That match will happen 15 minutes to 6 Nigerian time, 7:45. Depending on how you want to see. So Atletico will host Arsenal in the first game. Then PSG will play Union Saint Gilloise will play today again by 15:45. That means 15 minutes to 6. By 8 p.m. it's Real Madrid versus Marseille. Juventus will play Borussia Dortmund, Benfica will play Qarabag FK, and Tottenham will play Villarreal. Okay, let's talk about Arsenal. Arsenal is playing today their first Champions League game. Throughout the weekend they asked Madueke and Eze, and they were excited. It dawned on me that both of them have not really played the Champions League before in their whole career. So both of them were talking about how excited they are to play the Champions League football. They have the chance to show what they are made of in European football. But if you look at this particular game, what do you think will happen in this game? Arsenal are a good team. At the club, sometimes they have the two William brothers there, so they can be dangerous. The William brother that plays from the left, and the other one
Inaki and
both of them are dangerous, and Nico Williams, both of them are dangerous. But Arsenal as a whole team are dangerous. They don't concede goals a lot. I think throughout this whole season in the Premier League, they have conceded only one goal. That world class free kick against Liverpool. They have not even considered any other goal from open play, so it's going to be a tough game for Atletico Club. But in this particular game, what do you think will happen in this game?
I think it's an exciting encounter for some people. Arteta will definitely have a lot of, good memories at the Estadio San Mamés, and having him and his team back in Spain, even if just for 2 nights or whatever. I think that would be a nice experience for them. Of course, you can't take it away from the likes of Berry Chieze, who hasn't played in the Champions League, and Madueke. They are going to be excited and jumping at the beat to go into this game and at least experience that anthem for the first time on the pitch, not from watching it on the TV screens. It's I think it's a good one for the team. Basically, what they are going into is a home game against Athletic Bilbao in the Cathedral, how they call it, and you have the Iñaki brothers there. You also have some other credible players in that team that can go the distance against Arsenal. But what Arsenal have working for them in their corner right now is they have a replenished squad. They have the best defense in Europe. No other team can rival that defense. And then, of course, if you look at the guys who are going to be creating it, you have killers on the wings, basically, because we saw the combination between Madueke and Eze on the flanks over the weekend, and it wasn't nice for Ange Postecoglou. I'm sure it's not going to be nice for whoever is managing this Athletic side. So, but you need to also understand that Athletic are going to press you on the counter. They are going to press you on the break, and those fullbacks have to hold their positions and ensure that they're able to break down those attacks and defend well by holding their positions. And another thing I want to say is in defending Arsenal, you need to watch the guys that are pinning your defenders, because anybody pinning your defender in a particular position could open up a possibility for Gyökeres or Eze, because if Eze moves central, Gyökeres can come to that left, and if vice versa. So if you think you are holding the main guy, but you find out that you are holding a dummy, the main guy is free and nobody's picking him up, we will see a couple of goals
Okay,
from
now so
them.
if you see this particular game,
But first, why are we celebrating the players that came to Arsenal just to play the Champions League?
easy.
Wait,
For example,
no,
Eze-
wait,
If
you know,
he is
wait
run
now.
am,
You know,
if he is
I want
run
to.
am.
You get why? Because they celebrate and when Ateta took over, Arsenal has not played the Champions League for a long time before Ateta took over. And in Ateta's first 5 years, all the players who he signed, they never played Champions League football.
most of them have played though.
Before they came to Arsenal,
Like Luis played Champions League,
Mhm.
Williams played Champions
Yes.
League. I can call many of
I'm
them.
talking about the teams that took Arsenal to the Champions League, not the ones that were with Ateta when they've not.
Odegaard play Champions League.
Odegaard
With which
played
team?
Real Madrid.
Bro,
Which team?
are
Real
you
Madrid.
He play.
sleepwalking
They just
right
say
now?
he play
Are
Champions
you
League. He play.
sleepwalking right now? Come on,
He
man.
play. The only person
He has played,
the
man.
only person you say in that team that played actual Champions League football before they started qualifying for Champions League, before Ateta started qualifying for Champions League was Jorginho. Now the only person who doesn't actually play Champions
But
League
in this
football.
particular
The
game,
rest of them now, as declared your best players so far for the team. No, last season they don't play Champions League before they come Arsenal. So let's be. Don't come and hype that they. Is it still the Crystal Palace one more season for play European
Gyökeres don't play
competition?
Champions League.
If they say not the one they Chelsea by now, he go still play that same Champions League. So more no come here talk and say they play Champions League all thanks to Arsenal. Now lie. It's not all thanks to Arsenal. So pipe down that hype.
Pack down, Joe.
Pipe down that hype.
Where?
Okay,
First
but-
of all,
All
pipe
thanks to Arsenal. Simple and short.
not the one they that is
If they
celebrating
pay
playing
you,
Champions
may
League.
pay you well.
Suppose they Chelsea team,
I
you go
suppose
play Champions League.
Yeah.
Eze qualify for European
Eze
competition.
no go play Champions
Eze
League.
But he go play
play.
European
He
competition.
no
He
go play
was
He
Champions
was
League.
happy he is happy of playing an European club competition, which he would have played in Crystal Palace if he had stayed at Crystal Palace. So pipe down that hype for Arsenal
As
taking
he
them to
dey sweet
Champions League.
us, he dey pain them.
Then
That's
against
also
a
for you this
Bilbao.
morning.
I'll support England. Definitely, I'll support England.
We don't need your
Against a Bilbao
support.
team.
Support Bilbao.
I cannot
We
support
don't need
Bilbao.
your support.
You know who they Bilbao?
Go and support
You know who they
Bilbao.
Bilbao?
Go and support Bilbao.
Na Ghanaian boys
Now
dey
do
there.
that when
And
you be for England,
No,
England
see,
support.
na Ghanaian boys dey there. First of all, and again, you suppose to the rivalry between me and our na arch rival dey be.
Go and support Bilbao.
I was only supporting the Ghanaian team because of Mohamed Kudus at some point. Again, they have a good side. Talk about the defense, they are good in defense. Though they've been conceding some crazy careless goals recently, they are good in defense. They have the offensive record. The numbers in the attack, look at the goals the brothers keep committing. Look at the other goal, Pina, waiting my name, they drop to the other guy that comes from the right. If Naki is playing up front as a striker. They have players who could play and run in positions. They have a team that can hold on to possession. Now, wait a second, you have to play possession-based football. Atletico Bilbao is that team for you. Now it's about who loses or who wins the midfield. I'm going to say the way the game is going to progress. Arsenal might come up at top, but it's about who wins the midfield. You win the midfield, you win the game. For me, that's just how it's going to play out. Arsenal has kind of developed a great team. I'm not going to take that away from them. They've put together the Avengers at the Emirates Stadium. And
When it comes to defending, no.
when it comes to defending, they can defend. They put together the Guardians of the Galaxy, defenders of Earth. When it comes to defending, and when it even comes to attacking as well, look at the way they played against Leeds United, and look at the way they played their last game. Progressive attack. You see it with a team like that. I said it before. When I said it on Monday, you felt like, so are you telling me that Odegaard delays or? I'm not like that, but I'm telling you that the way they play is when they move on the attack is more faster. It's faster than when we used to see Arsenal play with 17 passes. Now you can see Arsenal play the same attacking football with just 7-8 passes and still hold on to possession. They are going to attack. They are attacking with 7-8 passes and they are getting their goals. And when they want to control tempo, they are passing around. You see them pass around like that. So for me, I feel like this team is going to be won in midfield and in position defense.
Arsenal is going to be playing Bilbao in the first game of the Champions League. Arteta I think he needs to win big trophy this season. The Premier League, the Champions League. You know, the Champions League is always very, very far because you need to play well and you need luck to play the Champions League. You need these two things to play the Champions League, but Arsenal, Arteta is going to be playing Champions League. Okay, but if you look at this game, Arsenal have built a great team, even though they are missing Saka. Odegaard might not play because of his injury, but they are still a great side. The way the guys have talked about it, they have replacement everywhere now on the pitch. There is no place, there is no position that they are lacking. There is a credible replacement in every position of that pitch. in case anybody is injured, somebody else is going to play. And when others are back from injury, like Harvard, Jesus, some people will not even make match day squad. So they have a big squad. So they have no complaints again. But if you look at that game, what is your prediction for that game? Who do you think will win in that game? And what is your scoreline?
Godwin, just to check you there, I think Arsenal have about 7 players out and nobody is complaining. Unlike some other seasons where Arsenal will be crying more than the bereaved that the season is gone. So but in this encounter, I just want to say that from what we've seen over the weekend, I'm backing Arsenal for this one to come away with the win.
Okay, and also
Arsenal, EPL all the way.
okay.
But I know some Arsenal fans don't like this. Me supporting Arsenal, so
Support Bilbao with your
I
full
cannot
chest.
support Bilbao with my full chest. It's the Champions League football. Where the banter continues in the weekend. For now.
And then talking to the press, he said, we are lucky
Make La
that
Liga they tell us
we are lucky.
anywhere.
We are very lucky that players want to come to Arsenal now, and they prefer to go to Arsenal than somewhere else. This is an unbelievable power as well that we have built and it gives us a very best chance. Yeah, most players, for example, Zubimendi decided not to come to go to Liverpool last season just for him to join Arsenal. So players that's good thing about
same with your chorus.
Thing about teams that are progressing. Do you understand? If you are progressing, teams want to join you because they want to enter that moving train. Let's see if he's going to do well. Madrid can join. Probably he will win something because he won something at Chelsea Conference League, the Club World Cup at Chelsea. Now he has moved to Arsenal. Let's see if he's going to win something at Arsenal. Okay, moving away from Arsenal because the guy is predicted that Arsenal is going to win this game. Let's talk about Real Madrid. Real Madrid is going to play Marseille. When it comes to Champions League, Real Madrid are the king. They are only one king in the Champions League, and it's only Real Madrid. Nobody is taking away their power. Nobody is taking anything away from them. They are the king of European football. But if you look at this particular game against Marseille, Marseille have some players like Greenwood is there, fantastic player. They have Birmingham. They brought back Birmingham. I don't know why they decided to bring out a 35-year-old Birmingham back to the team. But Greenwood is dangerous. They have
nobody
a good team.
in the attack finishes better than him.
They have a good team now. But Real Madrid is Real Madrid. Some of their players are back. Jude is back to the squad, so Jude might play some part of this game. You know, he has been injured with the shoulder injury after the Club World Cup. So if you look at this particular game, Real Madrid versus Marseille, also, what do you think will happen in that game?
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be. He just said something that nobody finishes more than Aubameyang, and I asked myself, this is a player in that same team finished, I think, joint highest goal scorer in the French League last season in Mason Greenwood, and he's been the voice of the Marseille people. It's going to be a tough one, especially with Real Madrid missing some couple of names in defense. Riga is going to be out for 3 months, and some other players are going to be very, very tough to play against. I know that, but I'm looking at the Marseille side as someone who can just be stubborn. Just be stubborn for being stubborn sake. Not that they are stubborn for the word's sake, but they are just being stubborn for being stubborn sake. And it's going to be a very tough game. Again, it's going to be attack versus defense. The Marseille defense, look at them last season, considered crazy amount of goals that didn't allow them to touch the trophy. At some point, they were in pole position to win the Ligue 1. But going forward, in this game now, it's going to be attack, the Real Madrid attack versus the defense of Marseille.
John?
Yeah. In this encounter, I'm just going to call it as it is. You can say all the grammar you want to say about Marseille. They are going to get a thrashing at the hand of Real Madrid. If you like, call Mason Greenwood, call Timothy Weah, call Aubameyang. Nothing come out straight up. So the only thing I just want to say on this encounter is that please, we need to carry placard to the stadium and protest for Trent to start this game.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
We need to carry placard. you know anything that they call trophy wife, but I think Trent is a trophy wife now at Real Madrid.
Well,
he's in a show glass.
Well, you not blame me because number one, this guy is always injured sometimes. Carvajal is not always fit like most times.
This season is supposed to give up. He's supposed to fit all through season. Supposed to give up Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I think the problem with Carvajal, you can always trust him. Trent is a competitive guy too. It's good to have competition everywhere. There's no guarantee that you come in and start over Carvajal. Carvajal is officially the captain of the team, so it's not easy like that.
You see that? You want to come in and bench a captain.
Godwin, you need to also check the other side of the pendulum. if you are swinging in favor of the captain, you are swinging in the favor of a senior squad player, you've also brought this guy in because if you didn't need him, you wouldn't bring him in. And him being anchored to the bench is not helping Real Madrid because
I think he came in the second
diminishing
half
returns is real.
No, definitely.
It doesn't start, but he plays almost
He
every
plays.
day.
The first, I
Diminishing
think, no,
returns
see, he
is
plays.
real.
You know, when you go to a team like Real Madrid, you know, we said it here. I said it here on the show that there is no way. The way you said there's no way Kobe Mino will come to Man United or perhaps be in Man United and his competition with Bruno Fernandes. It's the same way for Trent at Real Madrid. Carvajal is mostly injured. Perhaps you see sometimes he takes 6 weeks out, sometimes he takes 6 months out in a season. Now you need somebody to be in that position, and the only person that can play there is Trent. And game week, game out, every game week, there's always a substitution in the 70th minute.
Yeah,
I think
he plays.
In the first game, he was introduced in the 89th minute, which was odd for Xabi Alonso. But in the next game, he was introduced in the 75th minute and 77th minute, which he had 15 minutes. You always have 15 minutes to play until Carvajal does the most. And if you look at the both of them, the crosses you're saying, Trent has the pass of picking passes. Carvajal has an eye for picking passes as well. He has a better defensive record, a better defensive stats.
Yet you know all this, and you went for Trent in the same
the,
way.
ma-
So
the,
it's the same
the
thing.
board when
It's
the manager that was
same
the manager that was in charge
I think he need
when they
quality.
went for Trent
Yeah,
is Alonso. And again, I always say this: Arsenal had all the best defenders. They still went in to get a Calafiori last season. This season they went in to get a Hincapié and a Moscora in defense as well. So
you just need depth.
You just need
Because
depth in your
if
squad, no
you
matter
say-
how it is.
If you say, for example, Carvajal now plays and gets injured for 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Then you are forced to bring one academy player or play this guy that went to Liverpool by now. What's his name? Last season, the guy that used to play right back for them sometimes. That if Carvajal is injured, the Spanish guy. So I think Trent being in that squad, but let's see. Alonso is going to decide a whole lot of things. It's a long season. Truthfully, it's a long season. So Trent will have his time. Carvajal will not play all the games. Obviously, his body is always injured.
And he's old.
And
He's aging
I
out.
think he's 33 years
He's
old.
aging out. So
Trent
at
is
the end of the
26.
season now, he might be leaving. So from next season, you'll be the king of the right back. I will bring in your replacement. It's as simple as that. But for now, enjoy the bench with seatbelt.
Okay, Real Madrid is going to play. Alonso was talking to the press throughout yesterday because everybody did their press conference. But first of all, he talked about Carvajal that I just mentioned. It's like you just even saw it. We talk about Carvajal and his competitive genes. He never changed. His maturity, his weight in the team. He is the captain. His teammates respect him a lot. He's very important, a leader, and he's fundamental. So Trent.
Other one,
Trent,
protect
you go
my
wait.
job.
At the moment, I think he's this.
I hear that, and all I'm hearing is Carvajal, please protect my job, get these players on board.
Okay,
Simple and short.
I think it's just the captain, and
Simple and
he's
short.
been there for a very long time. Obviously,
Academic graduate.
everybody has to respect him. He was talking about Vinicius. Vinicius have been on and off. Talking about he spoke to him that he used to sub him. He doesn't play 90 minutes again for Real Madrid, so he stopped. He subs him once in a while in games. So he said that he was talking to Vinicius, that he thought he's a great guy, he's doing a great job and all that he will get more game time, but he sees his confidence, he sees his energy. But let's see, Real Madrid is going to be playing Marseille in today's game by 8 p.m. Fantastic game of football. Let the best win. Okay, let's get your prediction for that game. Real Madrid versus Marseille. Who wins?
3-0 Real Madrid.
Sharp. Also
2-1.
2-1 for Real Madrid. Okay, let's talk about Spurs. Spurs is going to play Villarreal in England today. Tottenham is going. Frank, this is the first time of him coaching any team in the Champions League.
European football.
Great guy. He's doing a great job in the Premier League. He's third on the table with 9 points. Just lost one game this season. This Premier League season, so he's a good guy. He's going to play in Villarreal. Villarreal qualify for the Champions League, and they have Partey, they have Pepe in that team. Some good players too, so it's going to be if Spurs sleep, they might lose this game. But Frank has done a great job since he took over Tottenham. They have a quality now, especially in that striker position. They have Richardson, they have Matitels, they have Kolomwani, and they have Solanke. So they have quality strikers.
But unfortunately, they haven't played 80% of their quality strikers.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's still trying to find who is going to be starting. But it's great for a coach to have options. Then within those options, you are watching them on the training ground. Then you see how they are going to perform and how they are going to play. But they have a quality. Why I'm saying that they have a quality attacking options now in that team.
Yeah.
But the question is that can Tottenham not be Tottenham in competition, because no
And
matter what they
bottle their
buy,
own chances.
they bottle something. They
Truth, they
I
know
don't
bottle
know.
last year now. The truth is, they
Thanks
have
to Angie.
they
But
have
they bottled Premier League to get that European
they
trophy.
have when they bottle the Premier League, team will no good, no good.
They bottled Premier League, bro.
Team will no good, no good. Let's forget the fact of bottling Premier League and all of those things. They were not on form. Let's be honest about that. And they made a Man United from that Man United team that was
When they create
that was equally not on form.
both
So
of them plays for that
bottling
final.
now for the two of them. The two of them bottled it. For me, nobody win that trophy last season though. Nobody win it because the two of them were.
Tottenham won it. The evidence is in their stadium. So.
Okay, but they are playing Villarreal today.
But again, you look at the Tottenham side. For playing 80% of the attackers they have options of attack, and they've played most of those players. You cannot start everybody in every game. You get, but at some point you make a substitution. I think in the last game against I think they were winning against West Ham United, and they brought in the Colomani or so. They did a sub that I was surprised about. It was a more defensive attacking sub because he can hit on the break, and that player will get you goals. That was the kind of manager he is. He knows when to win. He knows when to call it quits. He knows when to make a sub and take out the midfielder and put in a defender in. And he still locks up shop, not even in defensive role, in midfield, and lock you up like that. So for me, in this game, going against a Villarreal side, who is also one of the top teams in European football, they've won at least, I think, 3 Europa League. Yeah, Europa League, they've won more Europa Leagues than I don't know, maybe Chelsea and all of that. But it feels like in this team now, in this game now, it's going to be a game of strengths. Villarreal does not have the defensive numbers. Let's be honest about that. Tottenham attack is like the best in this game. Tottenham attack is going to be like the best against the Villarreal defense, who is not really that good. So I feel like going into this game, Tottenham just have it over.
Okay, for example, in the weekend they started Tels as a striker. Solanke did not make the squad. I don't know if it's a tactical issue or for injuries, but Solanke did not make the squad. Tels started and Richardson was introduced in that game. Kolo Muani did not play at all in that game, so it's going to be a lot for Frank to see how he's going to set up his team. We are going to be seeing the Xavi Simons too, because Xavi Simons is one of the players that they are hoping that is going to turn them into a middle team to a superstar team. And kudos that is their fantastic squad for Spurs, even though they are playing Villarreal. But John, Spurs should be winning this game. They are playing at home.
Yeah, they should be winning this game. They are playing in their spanking new stadium. They have a quality player in midfield who I likened to Christian Eriksen for Spurs a couple of years ago. And if you look at the exciting options they have in the flanks, I believe that they have the options and they have the players. Now, I want to call back to one of their former games. Now, starting Matistel last time out, they didn't score from a striking position in that team. Starting the previous game where they also won, they started Richarlison and they got in 2 goals in that encounter. This is Champions League, and I know that whoever is in charge now, I think right now the man running it till they get in a new chairman is Vinay, the former Arsenal CEO. So I think whoever is in charge should have put Thomas Frank on blast, because he needs to have a good start. This is a league. Of course, a lot of people will come in and say that you don't need to win the league to qualify. True, but you need those points early, because the games they have in this Champions League are going to come thick and fast and against better opponents. So get your 3 points where you can. And in this encounter, I think they have what it takes to get the 3 points. I just want to see a Richarlison or someone else that can create in that 9 position.
You don't like Tels, but Tels is a young boy. And
of course,
you know that Tels did not make the match Champions League squad for Tottenham, so he's not even going to be in match day squad at all. He was removed from the Champions League match day squad.
I read an article about his response to that, which was actually quite
good. He's quite good. He said that he's going to work hard to make back the squad, which is actually good.
They will not go submit them again for January.
They will submit another one for January.
Yes. So let's rest them now. Chelsea did the same thing last season.
Solanke, Richarlison, and Kolomwani will be in the squad for Champions League for Spurs this party until 6 months, until January.
Kolomwani should be starting.
Kolomwani should be starting, but he didn't play last game, so he might not start. Richardson might start, and probably he might be introduced. But let's see how it's going to work out for them. Okay, let's take a prediction for that game. Spurs versus Villarreal. Who wins?
Spurs, if they don't bottle it.
Okay, no sir.
It's Spurs all the way now.
Okay, Juventus will play Borussia Dortmund in the other game. Juventus they have been playing well a little bit recently. This season has started not bad for them. For Borussia Dortmund, the same. Borussia Dortmund team somehow they make it to the knockout stages. Somehow they will reach probably semi-finals, quarter-finals. They always progress they don't win their league. they don't do well in their league, but they qualify top 4 and play
They
Champions
finished
League,
top
and
three,
yeah,
top two,
and
top
they go
three.
and play Champions League and play well. For Juventus, they beat Inter in their last encounter, 4-3. It was a fantastic game. So Juventus are a little bit, they are playing well. This game, last 3 games, Juventus have won their in that last 4 games or 3 games of the league. Juventus have won all of them. They beat Parma, they beat Genoa, and now they beat Inter Milan. 3 games, 9 points for them in that league. They are playing their first Champions League against Borussia Dortmund. Borussia wanted to shock them. You know, when it comes to Champions League, I feel best for Borussia Dortmund because those guys they can surprise you anyhow.
I wouldn't be doing that this time around because for all the talk about Borussia Dortmund, a couple of guys have left. Let's see how they are going to adjust. But Juventus should be winning this one. They are the more dominant side. Unless they decide to bottle it again in this encounter. But for me, I'm going to be backing Juventus. They look like they have a side that works. Like, for example, one team in England is trying to find a way to make it click. Juventus was that team last season in the Serie A. Hopefully, this season they found a way to make it click. And they can go ahead and get the 3 points in this encounter.
Okay, what do you think happened? Who is going to win this game? Borussia Dortmund and Juventus?
Idris, Abnayidis, and my guys, they are going to do a good job. But I still feel like the Borussia Dortmund side, because of the outgoings,
Sergio
we
Guirassy
struggle.
up front.
Dortmund will come top. I like Juventus, but please, the German machines are always having a way against them.
Guirassy is going to be playing. Guirassy has been scoring since he moved to Borussia Dortmund. Let's see what will happen in that game. Okay, Benfica will play Qarabag in the other game. What's the operation? Who wins?
Vangelos Pavlidis.
This is your guy.
Simple and short. Straight win.
Okay, finally PSG will play Union Saint Gilloise. Who wins?
France versus
They
Belgium.
will spare Gilloise.
Okay, PSG
France versus Belgium.
PSG is supposed to be winning that game, but let's see what happens in this.
Anything can still happen, no?
This remember the Champions League is back. Let's see what happens in this game. The game starts 5:45. That's 15 minutes to 6. The first 2 games will start. Then other games will happen. The other 4 games will happen by 8 p.m. Remember the Champions League. Now we don't have to play the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League in 1 week. Now with the Champions League, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it's all Champions League. So every day is football now. Every day. Once we finish Sunday, Monday, somebody's playing. Tuesday, somebody's playing. Wednesday, so everybody's playing something every single day.
Remember that those days when they used to stop people that you are playing Thursday night football?
Yeah, Thursday night.
Now Champions League na Thursday night. Let me see what you have to say about it.
Okay.
I want to hear what you have to say about it. Thursday night football is for everybody now.
Okay, the Champions League is happening throughout this week. Let's hope that let the best team win. Okay, we're moving away from the Champions League football. We're going to talk about some other games. For example, the Qarabag Cup is out. Before we talk about the Qarabag Cup, let me give you some of the news around the world. First, Samuel Otiti has retired from professional football. You know, in 2018, why I want to talk about in 2018, he was playing for Barcelona. He wanted to play the World Cup. He had 2 options. He had an injury. If he goes for surgery, he's going to miss the World Cup, and his career might, be on track. But he decided against professional advice to play that World Cup with injury. After that, 2018, his life never remained the same. But people can argue.
He won the World Cup.
People argue he won it because he won the
He
World
won
Cup.
the World Cup.
And he
Biggest sacrifice of his
and
life.
He won the Premier League. He won almost
He
everything.
won the La Liga.
Apart,
Won the World Cup.
yeah, everything that he didn't win apart from the Champions League, but he won every other thing. So, in my own right, if I look at it, I think he made the right choice because if he had missed that World Cup,
It's now
one,
2022.
there is no guarantee.
That he
So
will
there's
win it.
no even guarantee that he not pick up another injury and go on long-term injuries again. So he risked it and it worked out for him. He won the
And
World Cup.
it was very crucial to the defense.
He was
in
crucial
winning
for
that
that.
World
So,
Cup.
happy retirement to him. I think he's at 32 years, so still a young man. But injuries since then, since that 2018, he has been going back-to-back injuries. After that World Cup, he had that surgery.
He could be like
He came back, but it became worse.
It could be like Exanti Cazorla after
I
2
think
years.
he should have
after
taken
2
a
years
gap
out.
year after doing that surgery.
Yeah, he might.
See, this announcement now could come as a Santi Cazorla move. After 2 years out, he comes back and is the best defender in the block again. But good one for him. That sacrifice was worth it.
It was what if
Because,
you ask me,
bro,
it was worth it. If say they don't win the World Cup, you don't go want
You
again.
know what yes.
You don't go, but that's
And that was the
that's
highlight of
The
his
most
life.
important thing, because we can sit here and laugh about it now after the fact, but then it was a ballsy move because
yes,
your
it was
career
a
is on
boss
the
move.
line.
Yes, it was a boss. If you
For
look at
real.
it,
No,
look at it.
he saw the team he was playing in. He said, "No, I sure say we're going
It's
World
not
Cup.
about the team. It's
I
just,
sure."
if you look at it, sometimes most players play maybe 2 or 3 World Cups in their whole lifetime, and there's no guarantee. It depends on the team you are playing for. If you are playing for France, there's no guarantee that one small boy will not play good football and come and overtake you and be the first team player.
And
You
will not even be called up.
Do you understand? So, and for Otiti, he's always injured. So most times when he was playing at Barcelona, even though he was a good defender, was the injury. But that injury, he took that risk and he worked out for him. He won that World Cup, he won the La Liga, won everything apart from the Champions League. So congratulations to him. Let him go and rest and probably maybe
come back strong. This announcement, I feel like
I think he has
after 2 years now he will come back.
I think he has retired. But let's see.
Santi did not retire. Santi retired, announced retirement.
That's what I'm saying. He has retired.
Main thing has retired. If he decides to come back 5 years, that does not remove that he has retired.
Of course,
so he has retired. He has retired. But let's
come and retire again.
Let's see what happens with him in the future. So good luck to him. Anything other things he wants to do. Okay. Chris Wilder have announced a new coach. He likes Sheffield United somehow. Somehow they'll sack him. Somehow they'll bring him back.
Bring him back.
So
Yeah.
He's back at Sheffield. I think we're talking about it
United
on Monday.
again.
We called his name yesterday. There was something that happened in the club. I think at the end of the season, when he did not qualify for the playoffs, he was sacked. 3 months ago, he was sacked and somebody took over. Only for the person to take over, and after 3 months,
they brought him back.
They brought him back.
One
in
of
his
the
third
things.
stint, this man took. I think this man is one of the best that happened to Sheffield United. From relegation, I think 4 promotions in 5 years. 4 promotions in 5 years. Came to the Premier League and almost went to the Europa League that season. In his first season in the Premier League, almost went to the Europa League. And after that, he dropped again.
Okay, let's see. I'm just mentioning it because he and Sheffield United are 5 and 6. They like each other too much. So
but they shouldn't have sacked me.
They are both 5 and 6. It's not a news we need to dwell on. Okay, the Qarabag Cup is out. They are going to play Qarabag Cup today. The Giant Killers, Grimsey, is going away to Sheffield Wednesday. It's supposed to Manchester United to be playing today, but unfortunately for Manchester United, they knocked them out. So Grimsey is going to play in Sheffield Wednesday. You might shock you.
PTSD is
It might shock you that Sheffield Wednesday will just trash this Grimsey now. They will trash them, but somehow they beat Manchester United on penalties. The other game that will happen in the Qarabag Cup is Brentford will play Aston Villa. Then Crystal Palace will play Millwall. Okay, Brentford and Aston Villa is a good game. Aston Villa have not scored a goal this season. I don't know what they do them, but they are playing Brentford and that Premier League game. What do you think will happen in that game? Who's going to win that game today?
It's not looking nice for Aston Villa right now. Right now it looks like they've taken a step back from the team that qualified for Europe. You understand me? And I feel like it's like the team has regressed because what we've seen so far in the transfer window is more sales than buys. So they are a weakened side right now. And then secondly, if you look at the run of games they had, they've not scored a goal as well too. So whatever is happening in this team,
Sancho is coming. Sancho is coming. Sancho is going to solve that.
I think Sancho will just compound the problem.
Come on now. Sancho might be their superstar.
Let's see now.
What do you think will happen in this game first? Brentford versus Aston Villa.
Kevin Sadin, Thiago, Fabio Carvalho. These people are going to score goals that will knock them out of. That's all I have to say.
I hope that Onyeka is going to play today. Onyeka did not play in the
he's not playing in the Premier League.
Yeah, so I think
last season he was off on loan.
He's going to start this particular game. Hopefully, if that is part of the thing about it, you have your opportunity. You need to grab it with your 5 hands. Grab it so that you give the coach headache, so that in the next game he might look at this guy played very well. So Onyeka needs to do very, very well today. If you do well, then he's going to be making the match day squad and play in the Premier League. Because he's a good player. He plays for Nigerian Super Eagles and first team football. So he should not be sitting on the bench and be playing Brentford sitting on the bench. Hopefully, he's going to do well in this particular game against Aston Villa. For Aston Villa, they are the only team in England that have not scored a goal. Only team in all divisions, about 7 divisions, that have not even scored 1 goal this season. Hopefully, they are going to start doing well because Emery, truthfully, has done well with this Aston Villa side. Okay, let's get your prediction for that game. Brentford versus Aston Villa. Who wins?
I'm going to say a draw.
They need a draw. One person will qualify.
A draw.
Brentford all the way. 2-1. Brentford.
Okay,
they will score, but it will not be enough to get them into the knockout.
Villa qualifying.
Brentford.
Okay, the Sheffield Wednesday and Grimsby. Who is going to win this one?
Sheffield, just to put it in Manchester United's face.
Grimsby can still score more goals. It's good. They are going away from home. They can still do. That confidence might not be there because they are far from home. but it doesn't stop them from going there to do what they know how to do best.
Sheffield.
Shut down giants.
Okay, let's see. They are giant killers. They killed Manchester United in the other round 2 of that game. Now they have Sheffield Wednesday to play today. Okay, Crystal Palace and Millwall. Who wins today?
Palace. No way, no two ways about
Crystal
it.
Palace should be
Palace.
playing. And now probably Uche was going to start today. Uche did not start the other game at the
He
weekend.
started.
He was introduced just the first game after he was signed, and so
He
he was
started.
introduced in the first game for Crystal Palace. This is another chance for him. They are playing a smaller team at home. Chance for him to showcase to the coach, I am here.
But the coach has to pick him. If he doesn't pick him, there's nothing he can
This
showcase.
Qarabag come, he should be playing this, starting this game.
Let's
See, the
see.
thing is,
Let's see.
the truth is, no matter whether you start or you don't start, that 5 minutes in the second half, you know when you go for trials, you don't have 90 minutes to prove that you're good at trials. You have just 2 passes, 3 passes to prove that you're one of the best players. They should be picking you when you go for trials. So whenever they put you on the field, just do your best.
Yeah.
Tell the coach. So the 5 minutes he has to play, or the 10 minutes he has to play when they sub him in, if he's going to be subbed in, he should just go there and show the coach that, see, I'm up for it. Or if he's starting, he should grab it with his 2 hands and show the coach that, see, you start me, I am your man. You put me on the bench, you put me in the second half, I'm still your man. Either ways, I am your man all day, all time.
Okay, 2 Nigerian brothers are going to be playing the Qarabag Cup today. Onyeka for Brentford and Uche Christentus Uche for Crystal Palace. Hopefully he's going to do him. I'm rooting for him, especially because he's a striker. You know, if you come to a new club and you're not scoring goals, it go hard for you. But if you start scoring goals, other teams, bigger teams will look at you. Imagine he comes to Crystal Palace and maybe scores 15 to 20 Premier League goals for Crystal Palace. Probably Manchester United or Chelsea might pick him up next season and pay and pick him up. So I'm rooting especially for Uche. I need him to start scoring goals. So today he has an opportunity to play the Qarabag against a lower side Millwall. Okay, finally, before we start taking calls, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Bold FM Sports. Let's talk about one of the transfers that happened throughout the international break. Chelsea signed Emmanuel Emaga from Strasbourg for 7 years contract. He's going to go back to Strasbourg to continue playing. Chelsea, I don't understand. This is their sister club.
UEFA.
They are just doing something in that club I don't understand.
UEFA.
They are switching players, doing business with each other. It's like buying a club and be sending players there. If they do well, you bring it to your main club.
Godwin.
That's what Chelsea have been doing with Strasbourg.
This is what we call money laundering, because nobody in their right mind will pay how much they paid for Chilwell, because you are buying injury. That's what you are buying. You understand me? It's forget about that thing. Then now, this other player that Chelsea is buying, I think what's happening here is that Strasbourg do not have the financial muscle to acquire these players. And since it's the same multi-club structure they are running, Chelsea is buying these guys and loaning them to Strasbourg. If they do well, they can pull them out. If they don't do well, they can wash that transaction back to Strasbourg by Strasbourg buying the guy outright from Chelsea. So either ways, if anybody wants to get that guy, Chelsea gets the dividend because they brought him, but he will raise Strasbourg's profile because he's playing there. So I think UEFA have something to say about it, because
they don't look that, they don't see anything. So that Chelsea is doing something right.
It's a known deal. You get. But and again, it's play for them. You know, there's this thing they say you can't loan a player, you can't loan more than one player to a club from a club. I think in the recent UEFA rule, you can't loan more than one player from a club. So I want to loan a player from Chelsea. I have to loan just one. But since the player is already playing at Chelsea or is already playing at Strasbourg, and they bought the player outside the transfer market.
Strasbourg bought him from Chelsea. Chelsea didn't buy him.
Chelsea didn't buy him.
They bought him straight off from Storm Grash
last season,
2022.
So,
and he played 1 season there, and he moved to Strasbourg. They paid about 12 million. He played well last season. Chelsea now paid for him and sent him back on loan to Strasbourg.
The thing is, they paid for him outside the transfer market. Because if you complete the transfer now, he cannot come to Chelsea now. They also saw a player outside the transfer window and say, okay, we're paying for you, but you come next summer.
They paid him about 12 September. They signed it and just allowed him to stay there.
So it's going to be tough to call on those teams. But where Chelsea or Strasbourg will have a problem is when the both teams qualify for European competition. That's what's hurting Crystal Palace right now, if you remember, where the both managers and the management of the club are running 2 club bases. I think at some point it almost happened to Brighton when they almost qualified for European competition. It almost happened to Aston Villa at some point before now. So when you run a two-club structure and your two teams qualify for European competition, now that time will come to the real, who is the real club and who is the other club that is subordinate.
Okay, well, Chelsea bought a striker. He's going to. I don't know how they are going to manage all these players they are
Because
buying.
look at
They,
Crystal
they
Palace
gave him
now.
a 7 years contract.
Now look at Crystal Palace now qualifying for Europa League, because if you win the FA Cup, you qualify for Europa League. Now they cannot play the Europa League because their other club is already in the Europa League.
It's all down to John Textor, because John Textor
I
had a
think-
minority stake in Villa.
Yeah, that's a minority.
And he didn't know about the first of March cut-off window.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he would have
I
sold
think
off by then.
he missed the deadline for
Yes.
that. But let's see, Chelsea has brought in another striker, sent him back on loan. That did happen around 12 to last week when the international break. They bought him off the transfer market, then loaned him back. He's been playing for Strasbourg. Hopefully, he's going to do well. By next season, they'll have a strikers there go full Chelsea. He's going to be there. Pedro is going to be there. Delap is going to be there. Jackson is going to come back, and Gui is there too. So Chelsea are buying players, young players. What they say they bought it, that they are anticipating that bigger clubs will come and buy him off. So Chelsea need to buy him and keep him. But let's see how they are going to manage all this next season. Okay, let's open the phone line and start taking calls. The number to call is 0706-048-5853. Call us and tell us your prediction of today's Champions League games. Remember, Arsenal is playing Bilbao today. Real Madrid is playing a game today against Marseille. Call us and tell us your own prediction and what you think will happen in today's game. Okay, let's take the first call. Yeah, hello, good morning. Okay, what is your prediction for today's games? Real Madrid, obviously.
Number one.
Mm-hmm.
And Africa,
In the whole world, continue.
you go calm down, oh. The biggest team in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that match now 4-1-3-0, just like you can see that 4-1 or 3-0
Mm-hmm.
for Real Madrid. Mbappe to score 2 goals. Coming to Arsenal will draw that match.
Okay.
You know, the last meeting they had with Atletico Bilbao, that was 3-0 in favor of Arsenal in Emirates Cup. So, of course, Atletico Bilbao will go back to their drawing board to draw out all the mistakes. Normally, this is Spanish league we are talking about, and they are very good in possessive football.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a draw match, either 0-0 or 1-1.
Okay.
Then, for Chelsea,
Chelsea, you never will come down. Chelsea never reach. They play today. Chelsea go play later. Chelsea is playing tomorrow, so tomorrow we'll talk about Chelsea. I have to okay. Okay, Juventus to win. All right, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, good prediction too. But Inter is playing tomorrow too. Chelsea is going to play tomorrow. They're going to play Bayern Munich, so it's going to be very, very interesting. Okay, let's take phone calls again. Yeah, hello, good morning. Okay, speak up. What's your name and location, please? Okay, what is your prediction for today's game?
You say you want to know anything?
So I can't
The
hear
player
you.
Chelsea signed from Strasbourg, is he a good striker?
Well, until then, he's trying his best at Strasbourg. All right. Qarabag know that they're going to play from the next round.
From the next round.
Yes, for the next round. Other big clubs will start joining for the next round. Okay, yeah, Chelsea are not playing. Most of the big teams are not playing now. They are going to start playing from the next round of the Qarabag Cup. Man U started because Man U started, where they finished. That's why they finished like 15th on the team. That's why they started in the second round. They're not supposed to start in the second round. They're supposed to start where others are starting. But unfortunately for them, they started last round. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay. Okay, what do you make of the Champions League games today?
Yeah, John, sorry, so what is your own? What's your own? Let me just ask you that one. See, without Arsenal, don't imagine and if they don't go play Champions League football.
Simple.
Don't think of that.
Come again, you say what?
Simple.
No. Come again, you say what? Without Arsenal, what's going to happen?
Arsenal, they very easy. Don't go play Champions League football. So they don't
How? How?
For a better Chelsea is very tough. You're not going to play Champions League football.
A better Chelsea, I might understand, but not Madueke. How?
Eh?
I don't know. Okay.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye. All right.
I don't know why you say for rice with sleep. I went to 3 European finals.
He go play Champions League. Yes or no?
He go play.
Where?
You know go play.
He go play because if the same
Rice would have never played Champions League football if he stayed at West Ham.
Wait, let me finish. Europa League semi-final first season. Europa League semi-final.
You win them.
Wait, semi-final Frankfurt.
You win them.
Wait, now let me finish now. Frankfurt. The next season, Conference League final. Ask me the winner. I win now. I use that one. Go back Europa League.
Wait till you come do
semi-final. Wait, semi-final. I played against a very informed team.
Bro,
I played a very informed team, Leverkusen, in the semi-final, and they were on the course to that semi-final.
I think you can argue.
And I lost.
So wait. I think you can argue. Probably if Rice was there, they might go.
They might have gone
one better.
Why?
They can't have gone one better.
You would have gone one better.
You never agreed he was your best player, so you wouldn't have gone
he's one of the
better.
best players.
Let's take phone calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
He's one of the best players.
You cast out.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, Pedro, what is your contribution?
Madrid go win their match today. That's not going to draw.
Bele.
Okay, Arsenal to draw. Okay, Madrid to win. Okay. Juventus to win. Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Chelsea to lose.
Chelsea is playing tomorrow. Calm down now. Chelsea is playing
Chelsea
tomorrow.
to lose. Incoming.
Without Arsenal, we will be playing Champions League football, please.
Well, let's see what happens with them. Okay, on our YouTube channel, remember guys, we are live every day on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, Jacob Bigger Boy is here on our YouTube channel. Say good morning, guys. How are you guys? How are you people doing? I heard that Jude Bellingham is going to be part of Madrid squad today. It's amazing news. Yes, he's back from injury and he's going to be playing for Real Madrid. He might not be starting, but he's back in the squad, so they have more options in that team. Alonso has more options with that team to challenge for the Champions League. Remember, when it comes Champions League, Real Madrid are the best of the best of the best. I think they have 15 Champions League titles. 15. Yeah, they have 15, which is the highest. So let's see what will happen today. Is the Champions League. Is going to give us an amazing football everywhere football. Okay, another comment on our channel. Saying Jacob is saying good morning. I am a Chelsea fan, but I am afraid of Bayern Munich. So please tomorrow make una talk about this Chelsea versus Bayern Munich. Make them here collect their mistake, I beg. Okay, but let's see who is going to. Tomorrow we'll talk about Chelsea and Bayern Munich. It's one of the biggest games that will happen tomorrow. Bayern Munich is going to come to Stamford Bridge to test the waters with Chelsea. Harry Kane, even Jackson is returning back to his former club to play Chelsea. You know, but let's see what happens. Okay, maybe take one more call before we end the show. 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us your own prediction for today's games and do you think is going to win, Arsenal, Real Madrid, or who is going to win today's game. Call us and tell us that. But generally, Arsenal should be winning today's game. Nobody should actually say anything about Arsenal should be winning today's game. Real Madrid is expected to win today's game because Real Madrid are the big boys when it comes to European football. Real Madrid are the big boys. Let's hope Real Madrid is going to win. Okay, we have a text message here. It said, my name is what's his name? My name is Carlo. Okay, Carlo from Enugu. Okay, my prediction is Real Madrid to win. Okay, Real Madrid to win and Arsenal to draw. Barbele, Carlo, waiting to happen now. Barbele, waiting. Which guy Barbele is that one? Okay, Arsenal to draw today's game. Okay, for Juventus to win. Everybody is supporting Juventus. Why is it that it's not happening in Juventus?
Manager do well. When you shock Inter Milan with that kind of performance,
everybody supporting.
When you shock Inter Milan with that kind of performance, everybody will be rooting for you because come on, from I think they did a comeback against Inter Milan.
Yeah, they did a comeback. Okay.
And 4-3. Come on, it was 7-goal thriller, intense game. I didn't expect Inter Milan to lose that one, but Kivo,
They
They're
did
still looking
well.
at you with one eye.
Mm.
They're still looking at you with one eye.
Okay, let's see what happens in today's game. Okay, let's take the final call before we end the show. Call us and tell us your prediction for today's game.
Please
Yeah,
turn on the volume when you already said.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good
sir.
morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Name and location, please.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Dublin.
Good morning
Good
to
morning.
This is Dublin here.
you. Okay, Double J, what are your predictions for today's games?
Arsenal is not even going to beat us.
Ah, well, okay.
Then Real Madrid is out the way.
Okay.
And Juventus, Juventus out the way.
Okay.
So,
All right.
in advance,
Uh-huh.
some blue color people will cry tomorrow.
Okay, and advance. Tomorrow is advanced now. Tomorrow you talk about the Blues too. Thank you very much.
I like what you're thinking, man.
In advance, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Noted.
All right.
For sure. And that thing is going to score.
Confirm.
Okay, we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see what.
I'm not thinking that clause in loan spells before when you don't play against opponent
No,
club.
it's in the Champions
should
League.
bring it back.
It's Champions League. It doesn't happen in Champions League.
Yeah,
I
I'm saying
remember
they-
Morientes was 2002.
Yes.
Was Real Madrid loaned
And he
Morientes to
scored.
Monaco. He scored the
Yes,
winning
Monaco.
goal.
He scored the
To
winning
knock out
goal
Real Madrid.
straight
He has
off.
been there.
Ah,
He's not
And I'm
Real
saying they
Madrid.
should bring
And
back
he
that clause.
celebrated.
Okay,
They
let's
should
see.
bring back that clause.
Let's see
please.
what happens in today's Champions League. Real Madrid is playing Marseille. Arsenal is going away to Bilbao. Let's see who wins today's game. Juventus is going to play Borussia Dortmund. Benfica will play qarabag. Tottenham will play Villarreal in today's game. Hopefully, let the best team win because you need to start picking early points if you need to. Remember, it's a league format now. In the Champions League, not the group stages. It's a league format, and you don't play everybody. The computer will determine who you are going to play and who you are not going to play.
8 games.
8 games in this Champions League. But let's see what happens in today's day. Tomorrow we are back to discuss more on Champions League football. By this time tomorrow, today's game has already finished, so we'll know who won 3 points and who drew and who lost. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful day.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage.
PSV. It's not PSV.
When they talk about the PSG.
Yes, I know.